Week 3 of the Simulation Football League, Season 25, concludes here this evening in South Florida. Welcome to the Eye of the Storm. Ladies and gentlemen, home of the Florida Storm, sitting at 1-1, taking on their Eastern Division rivals, the Charleston Predators, sitting at 2-0 on the young season. Welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. Alongside my good friend, Rochelle Colston, I am Eric Vinson. J.W. Hartshorn and Ron Haynes are in the stats truck for us this evening, alongside Cameron Irvine back at SFL HQ. Rochelle, good evening. You got some notes from both of these teams, I understand.
Yeah, I got Dr. Jacob clear earlier. His game plans to stick to what has worked for them, keep the ball out of Kopech's hands as best as they can, and try to control the tempo. And Florida just wants to lick their wounds from last week's beatdown and get back to what they do best, ball control with calculated shots. Sound but aggressive defense.
See how that all turns out. Charleston going to end up getting the football, coming out with the white jerseys, black pants. Florida coming out with their all red look. And we are good to go here in South Florida. Kickoff handled by Ethan Sneed. And we'll get a return out of the back of the end zone and out across the 20, mark it down at the 26-yard line. And we will see Iman Kopech take over. His third season with the team, 4 seasons in the league total. I'm going to start off 3 wide, single back. And true to form, going to start off with a run, and that's going to be a couple of yards there to Brad Taylor Wright. We'll get a look at the Charleston offense here. Iman Kopech at quarterback, Yayo Montana, Nick Hoagland, Patrick Rudlang, the running backs, Brad Taylor Wright, the fullback. Got Doug Spelling, Nick Twice, Michael Knight, the wide receivers. And we'll get a look at the tight ends and the offensive line following this play on 2nd and 7. To the air, Kopech, little check down, plenty of room to operate, and a first down yardage and more. Out across the 40-yard line, and our first down of the game. Leon Sandcastle, Xavier Solomon are the tight ends. Melanier Hopper, Perrin Ibarra, Leroy James, and Finley James are all on the offensive line.
Yeah, shout out to that O-line because so far this season, Iman Kopech's only been sacked 1 time.
And a good couple of plays to start things off here for the Predators. Short little gain on the run, on the ground, up the middle, and then that little check down there to Yayo Montana for a good gain. Setting them up with first down yardage near midfield. Back to the ground game. Florida ready for that one. It's going to be a TFL. They'll actually give them back to the line of scrimmage, bringing up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, great stop and great read by strong safety Andrew Francis.
Keeping it on the ground. Back to Montana, his first carry of the ball game, and a short gain of 3. We'll look at the defense here for the Storm. Deontay Stoneville, Alessandro Tomaello, Pete Mitchell, all on the front 4. Ryan Tobin, Jesus Smith, the linebackers. Ryan Davidson, Evan Carroll, Adam Jones, Daniel Wright, and Andrew Francis round out the secondary there for the Storm. 3rd and 7. Kopech to the air. Shuffles his speed, sets and fires, and a little bit too far for his intended target. It's going to end up being a 4th down.
Great defensive stop by Florida here, forcing the punt from Charleston.
It looked like Florida's defense actually kept Charleston on their heels, with the exception of that one screen play to Yayo Montana. Really nothing doing for Charleston. Did get a whole lot of momentum. First punt of the evening for Darren Bennett is a good one, and a little one hop. Checks right down near the 5-yard line. They'll probably mark it down at the 4, and Florida's going to have a long way to go to strike pay dirt.
You can be very careful here. You're backed up to your end zone. Can't make mistakes this early in the game.
And young quarterback Isaac Covert, his first season with the team, came over from Queen City in the offseason. Got the ball marked down at the 5-yard line. 1st and 10. Be a handoff. And nothing doing on that play. Good start there for the Charleston defense. We'll look at the Storm offense. Isaac Covert at quarterback, Bullet Biletsky, Chris Komisak, the running back and fullback respectively. Art Vandelay, Mike Twinscrew, Shea Carroll, the receivers. Ron Haynes at tight end. And Joseph Wade, Greg McDonaldson are at guards. Second down here. Keeping the receiver Vandelay in the backfield, his second carry. And it's going to be no gain once again, 3rd and 10.
Yeah, Florida's at a little disadvantage here. They only have one contracted halfback, so they're using their wide receiver as a halfback.
That sets them back to a 3rd and 10 now. Trips towards the bottom of the formation. They're still going to keep it on the ground. Biletsky with his first carry, and a good one there on 3rd and long, able to extend the drive and move the sticks.
Yeah, it was a great job by Biletsky there getting the first down. If not, they'd been punting to Charleston and giving them great field position. So good job by the offense there.
Mentioned Isaac Covert coming over in the offseason. Ron Cochran retiring, the longtime quarterback here for the Florida Storm. Covert set to take the reins here for the Storm in South Florida. He will throw to start the ball game off, and it is an incomplete pass. Good one-on-one coverage. Gives us a chance to look at the Charleston defense. Baron Wentz, Dan Dash, John Lally, Anthony Ellison, and Pat Redding all on the defensive line. Jacob Clay, Khalil Thomas, and Ben Bowman are the linebackers. Jacob Clear, Brandon Ewing, Leo Morris the corners. Grant Hardaway, Matt Ryan, Sam Blotner, and Johnston Mango are the safeties. Second and 10 now. Covert back to the air. Shuffling, throwing it over the middle. And again, good one-on-one coverage there from the Charleston defense. Twinscrew had very little room to operate 3rd and 7.
Second time Brandon Union has draped his receiver. I mean, he's just following step by step.
Florida already converted 1 3rd and long on this drive. Set up with a second one, 3rd and 7. Covert rolls out, sets his speed, fires over the middle. Catch is made. Good catch by Art Vandelay over the middle. 3 white jerseys in the area and holds onto the football.
That time he threw the triple coverage and somehow Vandelay came down with the ball.
Perfect placement there from Covert. I mean, that's
Definitely
exactly where you needed to throw it.
I mean, look at this Charleston defense. They have 7 contracted defensive backs and 5 contracted defensive linemen here. Their defense is really, really stacked.
High formation for Covert, who goes back to the air, throws, another catch by Twinscrew, and another first down here for the Storm.
And Kopak comes out looking really, really well. Thinking we see a heavy run game, but the passing game is looking really good so far.
Yeah, you talked about the Charleston defense, Rochelle. I mean, they've been looking pretty good here in the short season, averaging 22 points a game, a couple really close games, but ended up coming out with victories on both ends. 3 takeaways. So doing a good job with setting up their offense for success as Bullet Biletsky gets a carry, only a couple on that one, bringing up 2nd and 9.
Great stop by Khalil Thomas, number 58, the outside linebacker. Great pursuit.
And 2nd and 9, Covert will throw. What a catch there by Twinscrew. Somehow able to locate the ball at his knees, hold on, and get the first down.
Florida is just moving down the field pretty successfully right now.
Like he was hand fighting there with Ewing.
Yep, he hand fought and got in front, and that's where the ball was thrown.
Did a good job with trusting his receiver and just throwing it up there, hoping he could make a play. And here we are, 1st and 10 in Charleston territory. Back to the ground game, and Vandelay back in the backfield, his 3rd carry, and he'll get 3 yards, bringing up 2nd and 7.
And Covert right now is 4 of 5. So it means having a, pretty successful drive right here.
And they definitely needed a rebound game following that drubbing against Los Angeles last week on the road.
Ooh.
Tough throw there from Covert, and that brings up a 3rd down. Third and 7 now. Third down of the drive. Covert looking to convert this one. Throws across his body. Diving catch made by Twin Screw. But since he had to come back to the football, he's going to be just short of the marker.
Yeah, that ball was just a little bit underthrown. I mean, Twin Screw knew where the marker is, had to come back for the ball, and now it's 4th and 3. They're forced to punt.
I'm shocked that he even got the ball out that far, honestly. Now in no man's land, Marcus Agrippa forced to come on and handle the punting duties. And it's going to be a good one. That is a really good punt. That is going to mark them out at about the 2-yard line, possibly the 1. Looks like just past the 1-yard line. Tough drive ahead for the Predators.
Ooh, 1.5. And look out for a safety here.
Keeping it on the ground.
Ooh.
Montana trying to find any sort of room and just cannot get any sort of yardage, bringing up 2nd down.
I mean, Agrippa's been in this league for a long time. He's one of the best punters in the league, and he just showed you why.
Montana back to the ground. Again, Florida doing a really good job early on against this rushing attack. And you'll see some special logos here on the Charleston helmets today, and that's to honor Yayo Montana's late grandniece, Allie. She passed away this week, sadly, at the age of 19. Gone way too soon, so our hearts are definitely with Yayo and his family. Handoff on 3rd down. Again, nothing doing. And Charleston might have to tweak the game plan early on. I know they didn't want to throw it a whole lot with Kopech, but it's going to be tough sledding if Florida's going to play the run defense like this. Punt barely gets away very quickly, but it's a good punt. Out past midfield, good return here, and Vandelay is going to bring it out across midfield to the Charleston 43-yard line.
And right now, Charleston has a great start field position here at the 43 of the opponent. Oh, no. Yeah.
Been a quick first quarter of action. Just south of 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Split backs now for the Storm. Going to be another carry for Vandelay. Hasn't had a ton of success. That's his best run of the evening so far. Gain of 7.
Yeah, but 7 yards on a first down is a really good pickup. And the second very, very short here.
Both teams electing to go methodical, keeping the ball on the ground for the most part. Covert's attempted 6 passes. Comisac will get his first carry of the evening as he rumbles forward for a first down yardage. They'll mark him down near the 30.
Not that you pay your fullback for when you need short yardage. You just put the big, the big runner in, making people pay. Just picks up the first down.
Comisac is a big customer, 6'4", 240. 4-time All-Star in this league. Certainly knows how to carry the football when he is called upon. Inside the 30 at the 28. Covert goes back to the air. Pressure coming, gets rid of it quickly and wisely. Finds Vandelay, and that's going to be a gain of 6.
I think Covert thought he was in a little bit of trouble there. He felt the pressure coming, just dumped it off, and actually was a pretty decent play.
I haven't seen too many of those chunk plays. A lot of methodical offenses from both of these teams thus far. Komisak with another run, trying to bounce it to the outside, and again, good pursuit there as the linebacker Khalil Thomas gets in and makes the stop for Charleston.
3rd and 2. I think we're going to see another run here.
And it might be our final play of the first period. Boletsky checks in on 3rd and 2. He'll get the carry, hurdles a defender, and gang tackled right around the line of scrimmage. Stamango and company making the stop, and it is going to be a 4th down decision time here for Florida when we come back for the second quarter of play. Goose eggs on the board here in South Florida, the eye of the storm, as you are watching the SFL on VFN. Aerial coverage of today's game provided by Dags DroneWorks, aerial photography and videography services for real estate, events, marketing, and more. Learn more at dagsdroneworks.com. So you get a beautiful view of the city of Fort Lauderdale, home to the Florida Storm. And it is hot and muggy, as you would expect here in the summertime in Florida. Going to be a 36-yard attempt to kick off the second quarter of play. High snap, gets it down. Sneed is able to bang it through for our first points of the game. Eric Vincent, Rochelle Colston with you here in the broadcast booth. J.W. Hartshorn and Ron Haynes in the stats truck. And Commissioner Cameron Irvine back at SFL HQ.
Well, EK, this is just what I expected so far for this game. I figured it'd be very defensive, very low scoring, and that's what we're seeing.
Yeah, just given the notes that you had gotten from both of these coaches, they definitely wanted to go ahead and run the football, take their time, run a methodical offense. And we've definitely seen that from both of these teams. Not a whole lot of chunk plays, not a lot of flash. It's just been hard-nosed football, and both of their defenses have been prepared for it as well. .27 total yards for the Predators in that opening quarter as Kopech comes out. Only attempted 2 passes tonight, one of them being a screen to Montana for 15 yards. We'll go back to Montana on the pitch play, and a good tackle there. Short gain of about maybe a yard, bringing up 2nd and 9.
I mean, there's only 2 contracted linebackers on the Florida squad, but they're doing a good job of containing the run game for the most part.
Like it was Adam Jones coming down and playing run support from corner. As Montana gets another pitch play, trying to find a little bit of room, able to squeak through, 1st down yardage and more, and he steps out of bounds. First big run here of the night for Montana.
Yep, we'll see. We'll hear Montana's name called a lot. They use him as a halfback, but he's also used as a receiver quite often. He's a double threat for sure. Converted wide receiver.
Took the words right out of my mouth. Converted from the wide receiver position to a running back here for Charleston. Just outside the 40-yard line, Kopech to throw. Tipped up in the air at the line of scrimmage and incomplete. Great pressure from the defensive line.
I think that was number 34, Daniel Wright, with the pass deflection.
Florida definitely put some pressure there on the line of scrimmage, and that forced the early throw from Kopech. And not a good one on top of that. Florida defensive line giving Charleston the middle of the field. Instead, they'll bounce it off tackle. Good stiff arm there from Montana, but only a gain of a couple, 3rd and 7.
It's 3rd and long here, so we might see Kopech actually throw the ball this time.
Been a rare situation here tonight. He started the drive, only threw 2 passes. He's thrown his 3rd on this drive. This is his 4th, and it's a good one. Out across the hashes for a 1st down.
Yeah, great job by Kopech, feeling the pressure, rolling out, and finding Michael Knight in the middle of the field.
And Knight was absolutely wide open, almost threw that ball a little bit too late, but Knight able to hang on through contact and get the big pass play. Now setting up inside the 40-yard line of Florida as the Storm make a defensive adjustment. Solomon, the motion man. Back to the ground game with Montana, trying to find a little bit of room, and much like many of his runs tonight, only a gain of a couple.
We're seeing Daniel Wright all over the field from his free safety spot. He's some great plays.
And like you said, Rochelle, with only a couple linebackers that are star players on this team, that leaves the secondary to mop up a lot of the rushing attack here for Charleston that we'll see tonight. As Kopech going to throw in one-on-one coverage, and that's going to be incomplete. Ill-advised throw with Smith in coverage.
Yeah, Smith did a great job there. Now we're 3rd and 8. We'll see Kopech throw again. Now the bunch set one more time.
Yep, 4 wide, single back. Roll out for Kopech. Looks over the middle of the field, almost a diving interception there. But it ends up incomplete, a 4th down. Daniel Wright almost came up with the interception.
Adam Jones was there also. That was a very ill-advised throw. That should have been an interception.
Now we're starting to see why maybe the Charleston coaching staff wanted Kopech to throw as little as humanly possible and keep the ball in the arms of the rushing attack. Sky-high punt, fair caught at the 12-yard line, and that's where Florida will take over up 3-0.
Give Florida's defense credit there. They're controlling the run game and forcing them a lot of 3rd longs, which forces Kopech to throw the ball.
And a lot of that from both teams here today is Florida trying to establish a run game, and Charleston doing a good job with limiting that. Covert's thrown the ball a little bit more, attempted 7 passes as Boletsky gets a carry for about 3 yards. And Rochelle, we're going to sound like broken records. Both these teams' running backs only getting maybe 2 or 3 yards per carry tonight.
Yeah, it's definitely both defenses are doing a great job with the run games, and force these quarterbacks to throw a lot more than they actually want to.
Blitz coming from Charleston. Covert going to check it down quickly. Nowhere to go for Komisak. Good one-on-one coverage on the back end by the corner, Brandon Ewing. We've seen him a couple times tonight.
FP's doing a great job following his man basically step for step, like I said before, with just the 3rd plays made like that.
Bunch set, blitz coming, Covert rolls out. He's going to throw over the middle and finds his man Vandelay, and that is going to be another Florida 1st down.
That time, number 33, Boletsky, was right there for the block, to protect his quarterback. Just give him plenty of time to throw the ball.
Covert on 1st down. He's going to throw quickly.
Wow.
Man, what a pass there. I didn't think he was going to get it to Ron Haynes with the way the coverage was, but what a catch.
And number 28, the strong safety, was right there in front of the receiver. I don't know how he caught that ball.
And it was just such a quick throw. It was just a very quick reaction. And Haynes doing a good job with just reaching up and, there's the ball. Defensive shift here for the Predators. 3 wide for Florida. Covert 8 of 10 for 76 yards. His 11th pass is an incompletion, and his wide receiver paid for it. That was Haynes, the intended target.
And Haynes was wide open. He had his hands on the ball, and just a big hit there. Knocked the ball loose.
Offset eye, twin screw the motion man. Charleston backs out of a blitz. Covert going to throw, finds his man Twin Screw, and he's close to the first down. They'll give him maybe a couple yards shy, third down.
Thank goodness for forward progress there, because he came back about 4 yards after that catch.
Seen a couple of those plays tonight. In fact, both of them for Florida, where they had to come back to the football, losing forward progress and not really getting as much as they probably could have. 3rd and 2. Boletsky trying to get it, and there's forward progress again, Ray. Getting the first down.
That was close. I wonder if we see the challenge flag come out here.
Going to keep that one in the sock early on. Covert blitz coming. Fires it quickly. Finds Hayes one-on-one coverage, and he's into the open field inside the 20. Mark him down at the 15-yard line. First down.
Yep, they need to use Haynes a lot more. He's a big target out there. He's got great hands, and what a play there. Got behind the defender there.
And you'd think with one-on-one coverage with John Stamengo, who's a great safety, that Stamengo would maybe have the upper hand on Haynes, but not to be on that particular play.
No, but I think Stamengo went for the ball and missed, and then left Haynes, with open space behind him.
Great point. Got a little too greedy on that one with no help on the back end. In the SFL red zone, Boletsky, his first carry, only a gain of 3, second down.
I mean, Boletsky's been picking up 2 or 3 yards a carry, which isn't bad if you can consistently do that. And but Florida's in the red zone again.
Boletsky averaging about 3.5 yards a carry. Vandelay just under 3 yards a carry. Those have been the most popular backs thus far. Komisak with another carry. And he has been hard running here tonight. Gets close to the first down marker, third down.
And he is hard to bring down once he gets moving forward. That's a big man.
I want to line him up.
Very manageable here.
Charleston stacking the box. They're anticipating that run. They're going to get it. And Boletsky's going to get the first down regardless. First and goal.
It's a very methodical. Once again, this clock is just burning. Both teams are burning it.
Covert's attempted 13 passes. His counterpart, Kopech, has attempted 6 passes here this evening. First half almost in the books. We are getting close to the 2-minute warning. First and goal. Charleston up the gut, but so does Komisak, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown.
Using your fullback like you're supposed to. You need a couple of yards to get it to him. He bullies his way into the end zone.
Just a nice job by Florida running off tackle there. Great blocking, good chop block to seal the edge. And smooth sailing for Komisak to just say, whee, into the end zone.
And that drive was 4 minutes and 43 seconds, almost a 5-minute drive by Florida, with getting 7 points at the end of it.
Big time drive.
And their previous drive before that was 2 minutes, and the first drive was like 4 minutes and 38 seconds. I mean, these teams are just very methodical.
Florida taking a 10-0 lead here with 2:47 to go. See what Charleston has in store. They've been very run-heavy here this evening as well, and we'll get a kick out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And folks, it's been a minute, and we hope you haven't forgotten. It's super simple to smash that like button and help the channel out. We just crossed the 8,500 subscriber mark, so subscribe if you haven't already, so that way you'll never miss a live stream, highlight, or podcast. We appreciate your support of the Virtual Football Network and the SFL. Under 100 yards of offense so far for the Charleston Predators here in this first half. As Montana trying to follow his blocks, and again, only getting about maybe 3 yards.
And Charleston keeps trying to establish this run game. It's just not working out very well for him. I mean, Montana is averaging 4.4 yards per carry, but not consistently.
That's boosted by that 18-yard run he had a couple drives ago. pitch play. Taylor Wright, or excuse me, that's Hoagland. And not a whole lot of operating room there, 3rd and 4.
See if they put the ball in Kopech's hands here.
See if they get the snap off for a 2-minute warning, and they will not. 2 minutes to go here in Fort Lauderdale. The hometown Storm with a 10-0 lead over the visiting Charleston Predators in an Eastern Division showdown. You're watching the Simulation Football League on BFN. Eric Vincent, Rochelle Colson here with you. J.W. Hartshorn and Ron Haynes in the stats truck. Commissioner Cameron Irvine back at SFL HQ. 2 minutes to go, 3rd down. Kopech to the air. Pressure coming. He's going to go down. I don't think he even saw the incoming blitzer. And that one's going to be a huge sack.
Wow. He went from 3rd and manageable to now.
Looks like that was Dario Romero, one of the extra defensive linemen that they had in the formation. Big sack there, our first sack of the evening for both teams. And now forced to punt. Content to let the time tick away. They are going to get the second half kickoff here. See what they can do with the field position that they're going to get, which is at the 46-yard line on their end of the field. Minute 13, all 3 timeouts, so an opportunity to double dip here, Ray.
I don't know. I don't see Florida being that aggressive here. I mean, they have a 10-point lead. They've been methodical all night. I don't see them changing that here. If they're happy to go into halftime, 10-0.
Set up 3 wide, twin screw the motion man. And Covert to the air, over the middle, open man, that's catch, and that's a first down. First time out by Florida.
Okay, so much for what I thought.
This game has the ability to do that to you, where you think, okay, we've seen this all night long, it's got to be this, right? Nah, it's the opposite. Shea Carroll, his first catch for the first down. And now Florida in opponent territory. Cover going to throw again.
Wow.
Somehow finds twin screw and double cover. It's another timeout.
Okay.
It's almost like watching one of those nature videos, right? Right? Like you're watching like a predator just stalking its prey, and you're kind of just wincing, like, oh God, no, don't hurt the little baby bird or whatever. You know, it's that kind of thing that you're feeling. Covert again to throw.
No.
This time it bites him. Interception for the Charleston defense by outside linebacker Tigga Clay.
You go to the wells one too many times, and wow, I don't know who. Okay, Tigga Clay just stood there in his position, and the wide receiver just ran by him, and the ball was thrown right to him.
Looked like one of the passes I threw in my college football game the other day. Oof. So now under a minute to go.
I throw a football against baseball. It's horrible.
Charleston electing to keep it on the ground. See, Charleston was smelling what you were stepping in, Ray. They were going to stick to the run game.
I'm not surprised. Florida, you never know what you're going to get.
Don't I know it? Florida Storm, one of the more storied franchises in our league, and we have seen it all from their franchise. Kopech is going to go to the air, sets his feet, has an open receiver along the far sideline, and gets out of bounds. Stops the clock at 27 seconds.
Good job by the wide receiver, knowing where knowing the time's on the clock and finding his way out of bounds. Perfect execution of a play there.
Doug Spelling, his first catch of the evening, and gain of about 11 yards. Charleston still hasn't been able to crack the 100-yard mark here in this half.
And the Florida has doubled their yards in the game so far. Wow.
Over the middle, catch made by Solomon. Finds the big tight end, and now Charleston's going to call a timeout.
I will say, coming into the game, that, Xavier Solomon was his #1 target as far as receivers go. So they like that connection a lot.
Finally goes his way. Been a heavy run attack here for the Predators, as Kopech's only attempted 8 passes. This is 9th, and he's going to throw an interception. Evan Carroll with the interception, and he gives it back to Florida with 16 seconds to go here in the half.
Now, if you're Florida, you just go to the half. you get off the ball, you go to the half. I mean, we've seen 2 interceptions in 2 minutes here.
And this is how these games go, Ray, right? We almost get kind of lulled to sleep a little bit. Sleep is a strong word, but you get what I'm saying. With the run games, it's very methodical. There's not a whole lot of flash. There's not a whole lot to really see. And then things get wonky and wacky, and we start trading interceptions and deep passes and the like. So who knows? Maybe this is the turning point here for this ball game, as Vandelay gets another carry, and that will probably bring us to the end of the first half.
I think the last 2 minutes took longer than the first 18 minutes the game took.
I think you're right. And Charleston did not hit 100 yards there in that first half. So they are sticking with their game plan that they gave to you, Ray, sticking with that run game, as Kopech has only attempted 9 passes, but one of those being an interception as we hit the end of the first half, 10-0 the score in favor of Florida. What are your initial thoughts, Ray Colson?
My initial thoughts are this game is the way it is because of Isaac Covert, who is now 12 for 16. Now, he has an interception, but he's averaging 8 yards per play. I mean, the difference here is a quarterback play. Florida's taking chances of throwing the ball, and Charleston's not.
And that's a great point. And you touched on it initially when we first came on the air. Charleston's game plan, they want to run the football, and they think they can have success with running this football. But so far, Florida's rushing defense has really come out to play, and that man has played a huge part. John Stemengo with 10 tackles in the first half, just playing with his hair on fire.
Yeah, 9 tackles for a strong safety position. That's usually not a good sign.
Both teams traded a pick towards the end of that first half. As we get a look at the eye of the storm here in Fort Lauderdale, the hometown Storm going to receive the second half kickoff, up by 10 points. And we'll see what sort of adjustments we get from both teams. Florida looking pretty good, starting to finally find some offensive momentum, getting those 10 points on the board. And now a kickoff return out to the 26-yard line, and we also get our first game break of the night. We'll toss it over to SFL HQ and Commissioner Cameron Irvine. Cam.
Thank you, Eric. Wild game in Louisiana. Sin City, Bossier City. Watch this, 3rd and inches. The Samurai trailing by 13. Robert Johnson fumbles, and then the recovering team dragged down by a face mask. Steamers lead 20-7 with 4 minutes to go in the third. Back to you.
Thank you, Cam. Sometimes when it rains, it pours, as Boletsky gets a carry there for 5 yards.
Yeah, he hasn't seen anything that wild in this game yet, but hey, there's still time.
I mean, like I said, Ray, it's getting to that point where, okay, we got a lot of rushing attack, not a whole lot going on. Okay, now we're trading turnovers. Things can get a little wacky. We'll have to buckle up and stay tuned. Good 5-yard run to start things off here for the Storm. Another 4-yard run will set up a 3rd and 1.
That's a big guy.
That is. Looks like that's Bettis, one of their backup running backs. 5'11", 256 listed in your programs.
He's as tall as he is wide.
Big beefy dude.
Should be a fullback.
3rd and 1. Right up the gut goes Comisac, trying to go east and west, but didn't need to. He still got the necessary yards for the first down.
I love watching Comisac. I like fullbacks. I think they're awesome.
Going to stick with the ground game. Beletsky, good walking up on the exterior there off tackle. And could have maybe broke that for a lot more. Only a gain of 7, though.
Now, Florida's doing a very good job now of establishing the run game. Beletsky's averaging 4.1 yards per carry, Kamasak 3.8, and Mandalay 3.2. And we got Twin Screw back there with 4.0 yards per carry.
Been a running back by committee here tonight for the Storm, for sure.
Hey, who's in the backfield this time?
That's Bettis. That's that big boy there. Lowers his shoulder against Tamango and gets a couple extra yards.
Now, Florida's running game is cooking right now.
They have definitely had the most momentum as far as offenses go here tonight. Charleston just struggling to get anything going. Beletsky bottled up right near the line of scrimmage. We saw that a lot as well as Charleston's run defense doing a good job.
Yeah, Pete Mitchell with a big tackle there. And only 2-yard pickups on 2nd and 8. I'm sure they're going to run the ball here again.
Instead, Covert's going to throw, and he's got, oh, he had an open twin screw. Couldn't one-hand grab that, and guess who's Tamango back there causing ruckus again.
So he's either rushing the passer or he's in the backfield. I mean, that guy's everywhere.
And he is filling out the stat sheet tonight here for the Predators. 12 tackles as of right now. Had 10 in the first half. Covert to roll out. Sets his feet. Fires and airmails his intended target. Going to be 4th down. And Covert is kind of throwing his hands up like, what do you want me to do?
Great job of the Charleston defense, forcing Florida to punt. So they can turn their offense around here.
That was a big defensive possession there for Charleston as well. Couldn't allow Florida to go down to start the second half and score a touchdown. Another good punt here from Agrippa, and we got a penalty marker on the play.
Flipping?
Yep, looks like that's what we're going to get. And that is going to go ahead and back up Charleston to the 8-yard line.
I didn't see it. Let's see. No, not going to show it.
Nah, still not going to get it. No, we don't get it.
Okay.
Oh, just completely unnecessarily on the tail end there.
The ball wasn't even near there. That's frustration.
Completely unnecessary. Absolutely, I agree with you. Agree with you. Total frustration.
And blatantly obvious at that.
It's probably the easiest thing that the referees will call all night long. The penalty backs them up to the 8-yard line. Pitch play. Montana going absolutely nowhere. Both teams, great run defenses. We've said that several times tonight here, Michelle.
And these defenses came to play tonight. Be very careful here.
Florida might send some pressure. Instead, they'll bounce it back to the inside on the run. And that's Hoagland with the carry. Bringing up a 3rd and 7.
And they're still sticking to this run game.
Hyman Kopech, 4 of 9, 67 yards and an interception. Leading rusher is Yayo Montana, 10 carries for 34 yards. Kopech over the middle, catch is made, and it's going to be a 1st down for Michael Knight.
Michael Knight just ran a perfect route, put himself in between the linebackers and the secondary. He was wide open in the middle of the field. Clear out.
Only been 2 guys tonight that have done that. Solomon, we saw him work himself free on a big play, and Michael Knight, we've seen him do it twice tonight. Otherwise, the only other completion's been to Doug Spelling, and it was a pretty pedestrian throw towards the far sideline. Keeping it on the ground, Yayo Montana with the stiff arm and a gain of 6.
And for the most part, Charleston's pretty predictable. Run 1st down, run 2nd down, 3rd down, if it's long we pass. I mean, it's like rinse and repeat.
Keep it on the ground on second down. And once again, 2 or 3 different Florida Storm defenders. I think that's been the recipe for success tonight, is there's been multiple defenders for Florida to make the stop on these running plays.
Definitely, their whole team pursues the ball on defense.
Now a 3rd and 2. Pressure coming. Montana finds just enough space to go ahead and move the chains. It's going to be a first down.
Another methodical drive here, getting ready for Charleston.
Half the quarter gone as we get another run play here. Another short gain of 2 or 3 yards, and that's Hoagland with the carry. It brings up 2nd and 7. Trying to see if what exactly is going to happen here. Is there going to be something that ends up, taking the top off the defense? Something for this Charleston offense. It can't just be 2 or 3 yard runs the entire game. But that seems to be what we're getting so far, Rochelle.
Yep, like I said, they're pretty predictable. Run first down, run second down. If it's 3rd and long, you pass. If it's 3rd and short, we run it again.
At least 3rd and 5. A little bit of unpredictability in that down and distance. Kopech to throw, and he's going down in a hurry. That's the 2nd sack of the evening there from the defensive lineman, Dario Romero. Somebody get that guy a contract.
I want to sign him.
He's been quick off his blocks, and he gets in the quarterback's lap in a hurry. Like I said, 2nd sack of the evening for him.
What's really interesting is Patrick Rudley, the other halfback, hasn't had a carry yet.
It's true. We've seen a running back by committee for both of these teams, honestly. But with Charleston having 3 contracted running backs and a fullback, we've seen Yayo Montana run it the majority of the time, sprinkle in a little bit of Hoagland, but we haven't seen Rudlang, and I don't think we've seen Taylor Wright. We saw Taylor Wright one time.
Right. So it's very interesting there.
Meanwhile, Florida has been giving the ball to virtually anybody that has a jersey on.
That's definitely running back by committee. Running back by the whole offense is what that is.
That's Beletsky who pays for running up the middle there. Big time hit by Tigger Clay, who had an interception in the first half.
Yeah, that was like, just sit down.
Twin screw in motion, I formation here for the Storm. Keeping it on the ground, up the middle. Beletsky, good run there for him. Gain of 8 yards, bringing up a 3rd and short.
Yeah, 3rd and 2, and once again, another methodical drive. These teams are both just killing this clock.
Seen a whole lot out of Beletsky here in his first couple of games. Less than 50 yards coming into this game. As he gets another carry, and he gets a first down. Keeps the legs churning, but we do have a penalty marker.
Interesting.
And we're going to get another clipping.
Oh, boy.
So Charleston will go ahead and back them up to a 3rd and 17. No replay on that one, Rochelle.
Okay. I just wanted to see another blatant block to the back. Wait, we're running on 3rd and 17?
And we are running on 3rd and 17, but it's a gain of 8. Just, they needed 9 more.
Okay, I'm even shocked by that play. I've seen it all now. Like, what?
4th and 9, Florida going to punt it away.
I mean, your biggest weapon right now is Marcus Agrippa, who can, give a wonderful punt. Not a bad punt again.
Again, really good punt. Flips the field, and they're going to put him back at the 35-yard line. Twice had no opportunity at the return. And honestly, truly, Ray, I mean, it may be one of those things where Florida's very comfortable with where they're at defensively. They know they're up by 2 possessions. why really do anything too crazy? You've already thrown a pick in the first half. Why tempt fate?
I mean, you have a 10-point lead, and your defense has been really doing an excellent job with it, Oh, wait!
Oh, there's continuing to do an excellent job. Fumble. But Charleston able to hop back on top of it. 2nd and 8.
Wow. Number 20 stripped that ball. Andrew Francis, strong safety with the strip.
And it almost bounced into Tomaello's hands. I have no idea how he didn't come up with that football. 2nd and 8. Kopech going to throw a little bit of a duck.
Oh,
good
nice
move there by Solomon. Couple good moves. Able to get a first down there. See, that's when you throw the ball a little bit. Put it in Kopech's hands.
That was impressive. Impressive by Solomon. Big tight end, just shove one off the tackle. Can't bring him down. Took like three people to bring him down that time.
Charleston finally has a little bit of a momentum. Single back is Montana, gets the carry, and again stuffed right up the middle. Looking for any sort of room, but Jesus Smith able to shut the door.
I think at some point there'd be a sense of urgency where we have to pass the ball.
Suspect we'll probably see that in the 4th quarter. As of right now, we've just been seeing the same old offense. Kopech quick throws, almost throws an interception.
Adam Jones, it was in your hands. You should have caught that.
Threw it right to him. I mean, come on, man. You have butter on those gloves? Come on.
He went to the Rochelle Colson catching school.
3rd and 9 now. Bunch formation for the Preds. Kopech to roll out. Over the middle, one-handed grab. Great catch by the Knight Rider himself, Michael Knight.
Okay, see what happens when you throw the ball?
This is what I'm saying. Go ahead and put it in Kopech's hands. Yes, he made a mistake in the first half. All quarterbacks do. But this is a good throw and an even better catch by Michael Knight to close out the 3rd quarter of play. Florida still holding a 10-0 lead here in South Florida, but Charleston getting some offensive momentum moving into the 4th quarter. You're watching the SFL on VFN. Get your 4s up. We want to see it in the chat.
Smash that like button if you haven't already.
Amen to that. First and 10, following the one-handed grab by Knight. Kopech trying to find a little bit of space. He had absolutely no room to operate. Daniel Wright going to get credit for the sack.
Yeah, that play was broken from the get-go. Sorry.
I mean, let's see if there was anywhere for him to go at all, Ray. I don't see anything.
All I see is red. Like a red storm. He crashing through there. The Red Sea just flooded him.
Get a look at right numbers. We've been talking about Stamango on the other end, but Daniel Wright has been having a great night as well. 8 tackles and a sack. Kopech sets his feet, fires. Good throw there, but better coverage, and it brings up 3rd and long.
Andrew Francis was all over that one. Strong safety position there.
And that was the perfect spot to put the football. It just was a little bit of a better play by the defense.
I like this bunch formation.
They do, and they'll usually roll out of it. We'll see if they do that here. No, instead Kopech can stay in the pocket. Fires. Finds Michael Knight over the middle again. He is making his money over the middle of the field between the hashes tonight.
Definitely in the middle of the field. I mean, he's running these routes right in the middle of the field. And Kopech's not afraid to throw it to him. Perfect positioning. Perfect route, actually.
Waited just long enough for him to get past Tobin, the linebacker, and just thread the needle right there in the middle of the zone. Markham just outside the SFL red zone, outside the 20-yard line. Handoff, Montana. Still not a whole lot of success. He had one big chunk run earlier in the first half. Otherwise, not a whole lot to speak of.
Yeah, Florida's defense doing a great job of containing Charleston's run game there.
Second and 8, pitch play. Going to Hoagland, and 4 yards there as Jones able to drag him, able to drag him down, 3rd and 4.
I mean, this secondary from Forest is doing it all. They're great in run coverage, they're great in pass coverage.
Go back to the air on 3rd down. Got to throw end zone and incomplete. I don't even know where he was going with that, Ray.
I mean, he was throwing it to Ryan Tobin. Looked like it. The inside linebacker was right there, had his hands on the ball and everything.
It's just a puzzling throw for me.
I didn't even see the receiver, did you?
Well, I saw one break towards the post, towards the back end there, the back corner, but that wasn't at all where he was throwing it. Instead, it's going to be a 31-yard field goal attempt. And that is able to be bent through the uprights by Cameron Duty. So first points on the board here for the Preds, and it's a touchdown ball game.
And Florida got a win there, making them settle over the field goals, maintaining their, 7-point lead.
You're watching the Simulation Football League action here on Virtual Football Network. This week on VFN, the SFL wraps up Week 3 today. The UFL is back Monday and Wednesday, and the SFL returns for Week 4, Friday and Saturday. No other network gives you more football. The SFL lives on VFN. As Vandelay returns the football out to the 31-yard line with just under 8 minutes to go here in the final quarter.
And Florida's doing a great job of controlling the ball. That was their game plan. They're doing a good job of that. Long, methodical drives, getting points at the end. Got 10 points so far in this game. But like I said, mostly it's been a big defensive game.
We've definitely got that from both of these teams for sure. Florida definitely with a little bit more offensive momentum than Charleston. Preds finally starting to strike a match in this final quarter of play, and Beletsky, hard-fought run there, close to a first down. They should probably give it to him, honestly.
I thought he had it myself.
Ewing coming over and playing run support, able to make the stop. Looks like they're going to give them a fresh set of downs, so 1st and 10.
He did get it. I thought so.
Pitch play goes to Bettis. Absolutely nowhere for him to go as Tigga Clay gets in there and makes the stop. Great run support there from the linebacker.
Yeah, Bettis isn't as fast off the ball as Beletsky is. You can tell by his size.
We talked about poor Bettis, 5'11", 256. Great between the tackles, but pitch play, that wasn't the call. Cover pressure coming in his face. He's going to throw into one-on-one coverage, and what an interception! Unbelievable play. Sam Blotner picking it up off of his shoestrings, off the deflection, and Charleston gets a turnover.
I want to see that again.
Off the backside. Oh my gosh, what a play. Da-na-na, da-na-na.
So hit Brandon Ewing, and it's picked up by Sam Blotner.
I for sure thought that was going to hit the turf, but Blotner able to make a miracle out of that. And man, Charleston needs that because they're down by a score. They got an opportunity to tie the game. Plenty of time left on the clock here in the 4th. Kopech's going to throw, and it is incomplete, spelling the intended receiver. But Francis with good coverage, and now Francis is down. He needs some medical attention.
Oh, no. That's going to hurt Florida's defense a lot right here.
He's only gotten a couple tackles. He's only gotten a couple tackles on the stat sheet tonight, but, I mean, he has been in pass coverage all game long.
Maybe we'll see him come back. He walked off on his own accord.
We'll see if that adjusts Charleston's play calling. Kopech gonna wisely check it down to Montana, trying to find a little bit of space to operate, and does. Able to make something out of nothing. He was going to lose 4 yards on that play and somehow gains 2.
I don't know how he got those 2 yards.
I don't know either.
This has become a closer game than it was a little while ago, for sure. Here's that bunch formation.
See if Kopech wants to roll out of it. He does. 3rd down, throws, and guess who? It's Michael Knight once again, able to get into Storm territory with a 1st down.
And I think it's the same play as before. Michael Knight just runs a route, gets himself in between the secondary and the linebackers, and Kopech just finds him. I mean, he was wide open.
Yeah, Michael Knight has been doing a great job, and we touched on it, working the middle of the field. And Kopech has been finding him. I mean, that's really been all of his completions here tonight. 10 of 19, 142 yards, and he did have a pick in the 1st half. Kopech, pressure coming from his backside. He's going to check it down to the tight end. Solomon has a little bit of room to operate. Ooh. Avoids a couple defenders and almost gets to the 1st down. Going to be a gain of 8.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he stepped out of bounds there.
I think trying to slip the defender, his momentum might have just pushed him a little bit too far out of bounds. Couldn't quite keep the toes in.
Need to take more ballet classes.
You know, that's a good point. A lot of football players do that.
I know.
2nd and 2. I think that's Hoagland. Couldn't see in the sea of red jerseys swallowing him up, but he does get enough for the 1st down.
He kind of backed up beyond his own blockers right there, I think. Is the main problem.
It's almost like a cloak of invisibility there.
He just swallowed him up.
Flip back, look for the Preds. Approaching the 5-minute mark here in regulation. Kopech to throw. Pressure coming. He's going to go down. Tomaello gets in there and gets the sack.
And if it wasn't Tomaello, they had 2 other guys right there with him. I was like, oh my gosh, how'd they all get through?
You had your pick of about 4 jerseys for sure, but Tomaello beat his block almost immediately, and Kopech had no chance. Big 9-yard loss. Here's that bunch formation again. Kopech instead going to stay in the pocket. Now he's going to shuffle out of it, sets his feet, fires, finds Spelling, gets close to the line to gain. They're going to mark him just shy. 3rd and inches.
I mean, Kopech's looking a lot better this, in the 4th quarter here than he had all game.
Well, because he's finally getting an opportunity to get a little bit of momentum, a little bit of rapport with his receivers. He's been basically cold the whole game, just handing it off. 3rd and inches. Hoagland going to try and move the legs, and he's going to get it just enough for the 1st down.
That was close.
It was. It was.
I mean, on this possession, they've only ran the ball 3 times now.
So what they do here, Kopech back to the air. Quick throw.
Oh, nice.
And again, good move by Solomon to avoid the initial contact. Able to get ushered out of bounds after a gain of 3.
Solomon's just great at breaking tackles. I mean, he's so big, he just kind of bullies people on the field.
Pretty much with all of his catches tonight, he's avoided initial contact, so certainly a weapon from the tight end spot for the Preds. Florida showing pressure, backs out of it, and they get an interception. Promising drive there for Charleston, cut short by Adam Jones, who gets his 1st interception of the night.
That's heartbreaking for Charleston. They were moving the ball, they were driving. Kopech was doing his thing, and one mistake. And once again, I don't know who he was throwing to.
I don't know if he saw Jones is the problem, because he had the tight end. He was looking Solomon's way, but I just don't think he even saw Jones.
But Solomon was 5 yards behind him.
Well, I know, but that's what I'm saying. I think he thought he could just bullet that pass in there and not have to loft it over Jones. And now Florida an opportunity to chew some clock as Beletsky gets the carry for a couple yards. And they will take their sweet time.
Oh, well, and I don't blame them here. You don't want to throw another interception.
Well, and especially given the game that they had last week against LA, right? Where it was just an absolute drubbing on the road. And you come back home, it's your home opener. It's another close game, but you have had all the momentum throughout the course of this game. Go ahead and see if you can chew as much clock as humanly possible and get out of here with a win.
That would be my game plan this week. Ooh.
Handoff again. Kamasak running hard, avoiding contact, and getting a couple more yards. Going to be 3rd and 4, and we might get one more play here before the 2-minute warning.
I think we'll have to get one more play before the 2-minute warning. I'll probably let it tick down to like 2 seconds and snap the ball, but I don't blame him there either.
And more importantly, Ray, this is an Eastern Division clash, and Charleston sitting atop the division at 2-0, but Florida going to go ahead and leapfrog towards the top of the division with the win here over Charleston if they're able to hang on.
Because if Charleston would have won this game tonight, they'd have been the only team in the league at 3-0. Because Arizona lost today and Albuquerque lost today.
Just crazy early on in the season. Usually we have at least one team that goes about halfway through the season, 4, 5, 6-0, and man, it's looking an awful lot like we're going to have 0 undefeated teams by time week 3 is done. 2 minutes to go here, and Florida's got a fresh set of downs. Looks like they could probably run the clock out as soon as they get rid of the Charleston timeouts.
And in the league this year so far, it's like anybody can beat anybody on any given day. It's just wild.
A lot of parity this year, or this season, I should say, in the SFL. Ooh. And big hit there, no gain. Charleston going to call their first time out.
Usually you have a team like 7-0, 8-0, 10-0, 11-0. We're not going to see that this season. There's no way.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, I can't remember a season in recent memory where we had no undefeated teams this early in the season. Beletsky. It's about 3rd and 5, so now one more timeout remaining here for Charleston. First down here will do it.
We've had some crazy innings this weekend too, so look out.
Buckle up, 3rd and 5. Charleston sending the blitz. Beletsky nowhere to go. 4th and 5. Charleston out of timeouts, but going to have just, I'd estimate probably around a minute 40 or so to work with.
I think you're right.
All depends on where Agrippa wants to kick this one.
Probably the 2.
He is an expert at flipping the field, and this time is no different. Good return there from Nick Twice, and he's going to make it out to the 35-yard line, just shy of a minute 40 like we were anticipating, a minute 37 to work with. No timeouts. Charleston needs a touchdown to tie the game.
It's going to go down the wire. I can just see it coming.
I mean, Ray, you spoke it into existence. You said we had some wacky endings. I mean,
we have all weekend. It's been crazy.
Here we go. Go ahead and buckle up, Buttercup. 4 wide, single back. I don't think there's a realm where you can not put it in Kopech's hands now.
And you are correct.
Kopech. Ill-advised throw there. Look for Solomon, who's been his safety valve for sure, but that was going to be a tough ask for him.
That could have been also an interception. I mean, the defender was right there.
Absolutely. Game is evened out a lot more here in the second half. Charleston with a lot more offensive momentum. Florida just basically resting on their laurels and trying to chew as much clock as possible. Kopech on 2nd down. Fires.
Ooh.
Finds Nick twice. His first target of the game, and it's a deep pass into Florida territory.
This is getting very interesting.
Kopeck back to the air.
Oh my
Throws.
gosh.
Dime to Spelling inside the red zone to the 15. Kopeck again. Throws. End zone touchdown. Nick twice. Are you absolutely
No way.
kidding me?
Okay.
Unbelievable.
So, Kopeck is, been on a leash all game. This last drive looks like a superstar out there. Those 3 quick passes, touchdown, Charleston.
I'll tell you right now, Ray, Jacob Clear and the coaching staff for Charleston, they are going to have a hard look in the mirror and be like, maybe we need to give the ball to Kopeck more often. Let him cook.
I mean, every team in this league throws interceptions. It's just something that happens, right? You have to let them go.
Little bit of a bobbled snap there. Kind of held my breath a little bit on that one, but it's a 10-10 ball game. Now Florida's got an opportunity, a minute 10 and all 3 timeouts to work with to possibly win the game.
So we've had 2 methodical teams. Now have to use their 1-minute offense. It should be interesting.
Return by Vandelay, and he'll power forward out across the 30 to the 31-yard line. And chat, while we got a moment, Week 4 begins Friday with the Matt Wilson SFL kickoff show with Micah Gerald, and headlined Friday by the Battle of the Birds, Baltimore and Carolina. You certainly don't want to miss that. Chicago's going to take on Vancouver, and Oklahoma City heads to Fort Worth. It's all going to be right here on the Virtual Football Network.
And Charleston likes this overtime thing, Eric.
Well, they sure do. They won each of the first 2 games in overtime this season on Cameron Duty winning field goals. Boletsky with the carry there. That's not going to do much, and Florida's going to call a timeout.
Do you think Florida's happy just going to overtime here? Looks like it to me, but
I don't know why you would be.
I mean, there's no hurry here to move the ball down the field.
Covert to throw.
Yeah.
Ill-advised throw there on the out route, looking for Ron Haynes. Now it's going to be 3rd down.
I mean, it's very hard to miss Ron Haynes on the field.
It is, but that just was not a good-looking throw there from Covert. Now you're in a tough spot. 3rd and long. Under a minute to go. You don't want to give it back to Charleston to possibly win the game. Blitz coming. Covert throws. Wide open man is Vandelay past the defense.
Okay, so the first half, we had the last 2 minutes that were crazy. Let's see how crazy you can get the last 2 minutes, last minute of this game.
Ray, I told you. Lots of running. Maybe set up a pillow, light a little candle, and see how the game turns out. And then all of a sudden we're trading interceptions. That's when things go nutty. And here we are. As Bettis gets a carry, that's not going to do a whole lot. Florida going to burn their 2nd timeout. They're going to have 1 remaining, 26 seconds to work with to get into field goal range. And they're going to need probably about 15 yards or so, I'd imagine.
I give a grip about a 53-yarder. I mean, I give Snead about 53 yards. So anywhere around the 33, 34, I think they're good.
That's probably going to involve Covert having to throw the football.
Yes.
And he will. Blitz is going to come. Throws it out to Boletsky. Gets tackled inbounds. 3rd and 7 here. They're going to hurry up.
Need about 10 more yards.
Covert over the middle. Big hit. Vandelay with the catch. 4th and 2 now.
Are they going to call timeout?
I think they should call timeout.
No.
They're not going to.
Oh my gosh.
They're not going to. Gonna let it go all the way to overtime. 10-10, end of regulation. Free extra football chat. Strap in, strap on. Here we go.
I think that'd give Snead a chance.
I'm with you, Ray. I'm a little surprised that you didn't bother calling the timeout.
At 1 second, trying for the field goal at least.
try a field goal, hurl it to the end zone, whatever you want to do. But, I mean, something. You had an opportunity at something. But here we go, 3 for 3 on overtime games for Charleston. We'll see if they can make it 3-0 in those overtime games. Florida going to receive the football, though.
Right. And you know the SFL rules, first team to score wins.
Sudden death overtime. Vandelay with the return, and gets bottled up in the middle of the field. Going to bring it out to the 34-yard line.
So if you're Florida, you're in decent field starting position. You have your weapon. You have Snead. All you need to do is get in the field goal range.
I don't know, just given that final, I did not like that final possession at all going into overtime, Ray. It just did not look cohesive at all. It looked very much all over the place. And sure enough, they weren't able to get themselves into field goal range to put this one to bed before extra time.
And we got a bunch of overtime games this weekend.
Shows the parity in the SFL. Boletsky, his best run of the night, as he breaks a 10-yarder, almost gets the first down.
Now Florida has plenty of time to do their methodical offense here.
Keeping it on the ground. Up the middle goes Bettis, and that's exactly where you want to run this big guy. And he's going to get the first down.
when he goes to the outside, I'm like, well, that's kind of a busted play.
I definitely recall that pitch play, and I was curious. Like, Bettis ain't that guy. Covert sets his feet, fires,
nice.
First down. Into opponent territory, twin screw with the grab.
It's like they're kind of in a hurry up here where they don't need to be. It's working for them.
I mean, sometimes it helps to just be in, out of the huddle very quickly, back to the line, and just keep the momentum you got moving forward. In the Charleston 45, first down. Back to the ground game, Vandelay. And he'll pick up 4, bringing up 2nd and 6.
Florida's doing a great job here, but they're just moving the ball methodically down the field like they've been doing all game.
Pitch to the outside, Boletsky trying to find a little bit of blocking. Man, Ray, I think if he bounced it down a little bit more towards that near sideline, he was going to be gone.
It's always exciting to see what Inlay's wearing on the sideline.
It's a very loud polo. Hand off up the middle, and he didn't get it.
He didn't get it.
4th and inches.
If I was Florida, I'd go for it right here.
It's decision time for sure.
Either go for it or bring the field goal again. Oh, it's a field goal.
Gonna be from 52 yards. This will win the game for Ethan Snead. And no, it's going to be a fake. They're going to throw it, and it's going to be a catch and a first down, but there's a penalty marker.
Oh, no. Clip. Oh. The passer.
Roughing the passer on top of that. That's going to set them up in prime field position at the 15-yard line. Oh, what a stupid play. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my gosh. And talk about hit athlete. I mean, really late hit. Really late hit.
Yes. Like that was, oh, goodness.
We're going to kick it here.
And so now there's really no reason not to kick the field goal. It's a 32-yarder. Bobbled snap, gonna bend it through. Ethan Snead wins the game for the Florida Storm to bring him to 2-1.
Wow. I'm almost speechless on that last play. Roughing the passer. I still can't believe it.
There's so much to dissect there. First of all, they went for the fake field goal. Absolutely diabolical play call. And then, on top of that, you ended up getting a roughing the passer on your holder. which then sets you up for a chip shot field goal to win the game in overtime. Just absolutely nutty way to end this ball game. Florida wins it 13-10 in final overtime. Ray, go ahead and break it down.
Like I said, Florida took some chances, let their quarterback turn their quarterback loose. Charleston waited till it was almost too late to let Kopech take over the game. Both defenses played well. Florida had a better running game than Charleston had this evening, and that's what it came down to.
I think just better offensive momentum collectively for Florida, although Charleston made a hell of a run towards the end there to force overtime, scoring 10 unanswered points in the final quarter to go ahead and bring it to extra time. Just a great way to end week 3 here in the SFL on VFN. On behalf of my partner, Rochelle Colston, JW Hartshorn, and Ron Haynes in the Stats Truck, Commissioner Cameron Irvine back at SFL HQ. My name is Eric Vincent. Thank you for tuning in to this presentation of the SFL on VFN. Be sure to check out simfl.net for more information on our fine league. And as always, if you had half as much fun as I did, well, I had twice as much fun as you. Take care and good night.